Hey everyone, it's Jason here at Grand Slam, and this is another week review video for the week of September 9th, I believe. So we'll just get right started into it. There was actually a lot of stuff that came out, but a lot of it was the Marvel Battle World stuff that I won't really be covering, and just a small handful of books. We ordered a lot of volume, but not as much like variety. So here's a couple books that I would recommend. Batman issue number 44. It's beginning to take a new turn. We're not really sure. It was all about the Commissioner Gordon Batman, and now this one appears to be a little bit different of a look. So but it's a great. This is a great team. It's Snyder and Azzarello and Jock doing the art. So as well know, Snyder and Jock are a great team on Witches. So that's a really cool book. Definitely check that one out. We got a Harley Quinn road trip special. Harley Quinn is the DC's Deadpool, so they're just trying to get out some really cool stuff. People cannot get enough of Harley Quinn. It looks like there's a whole bunch of different stories in here about Harley Quinn. Or no, it just looks like it's one book, but it's a lot of variety in here, different artists and such. So it looks like she's probably going on a road trip. What would Harley Quinn do if she was on a road trip with a bunch of her friends? Who knows? Fourth part of this is now lies for Action Comics. We're starting to see the truth behind what's going on. As we all know, Superman has been outed. His powers are gone, and he's kind of having to deal with those consequences. So this is Lies, or Action Comics. This is the new story arc that's going on here. So definitely worth checking out. If you don't check out Action Comics, the art's by Aaron Cooter. Really good guy. He's a great artist. Excuse me. All right, moving on to some indie stuff, some image titles. Faster Than Light just came out this week. This is a brand new #1. I did sit down and read this one already. As I probably talked about before in another video, this is a very Star Trekian type of book. There's a guy who invented the faster than light travel, and so they're trying to use it for the first time. So they're taking a project that's already working, and they're going to use this new technology to see where they can go. And so the crew of the ship is very, they look very similar. So you have uniforms. It's not very colorful. The characters aren't like, it's not like they're crazy aliens. They're all humans. And so none of them really stand out. So it was really hard for me to kind of get excited about what I was reading and seeing on the page. It definitely has a lot of that lingo that you would get from more of a hardcore science fiction story. So that's why it reminded me of Star Trek. They also kind of make a joke about Star Trek in there about naming their ship the Enterprise. So at the end, they travel through space, and they find there's like a little space base, and they land there, and then a tentacle monster shows up. So that's kind of at the end of the issue, and it took a long time to get there, so it's not as exciting as you would hope for it to be. But that's Faster Than Light. If you're into the Star Trek type stuff, good art is a fine book. The Walking Dead, of course, a new issue of Walking Dead, always very exciting when people get to see Walking Dead. Also, Outcast came out this week, so check that out if you can. My big Marvel pick here is obviously Miss Marvel. Can't get enough Miss Marvel. This got picked up for all different Marvel, so it's coming back with G. Willow Wilson and Alphana. I love his art. I love what's going on with him. It's cartoony, very simple. Exaggerated features. It's just there's not a lot of exaggerated, strange features, normal features that we would see that's exaggerated necks and forearms, and it's just weird. So I do like that style. The artistic style is great, and I just love following Kamala Khan. I'm always rooting for her. Last but not least, 2 Star Wars books, 2 huge ones. This is the biggest one of them all. Star Wars Shattered Empire. This book is basically the sequel to Return of the Jedi. So right after the end of the Return of the Jedi, boom, we get into Shattered Empire here, and we kind of see some introduction of new characters that might be in the next movies. And, of course, we get to see our favorite characters getting ready to go on another mission. So that's Star Wars Shattered Empire. I don't think this is going to disappoint. I think it's going to be highly entertaining. It's the sequel that you've been waiting for to Return of the Jedi, although the movie, Force Awakens, is the sequel, technically, but that's 30 years later. Last but not least, Darth Vader. This is a cool book. If you haven't been reading Darth Vader in Star Wars, Darth Vader's my preferred one. I probably say that every time. But just the art in here, everything about it's cool. Darth Vader running around doing stuff. He's a thug. He's got a thug cadre of people, including a C-3PO and an R2 that are kind of homicidal. He's got like a cool girlfriend kind of thing. I mean, like, if Darth Vader had a girlfriend, I think it's kind of like this would be this girl, but it's like, I don't really want a girlfriend. I've all metal parts. Like, why would I want to, I just kind of want to hang out with you. You look really pretty, I don't know. It's Darth Vader. So check out the Darth Vader book. So that's what I have to say this week. So thanks for tuning in. 1730 West Eisenhower is the location of the Loveland store. That's where we do a lot of our comic story and YouTubing at. And, of course, we also have the Greeley location. We do hold files. We do all that. We have tons of comic books, trade paperbacks, sports cards. We run the gamut on everything. Last note, we will be at the Fort Collins Comic-Con. If you're already going, I'll see you there. If you want to go, it's probably sold out, but maybe try to ask them if there's anything available. But until next time, Grand Slammers, keep on slamming.